Hi. During my daily hustle, I happened to be in Isli today, and I observed um, a very fascinating moment with one of the guys who collect garbage or waste, and they take a lot of value for that waste. This guy was collecting garbage on a trench or water drainage where the garbage had been uh, thrown. And he was murmuring on himself and he was saying, "You call this waste?" That was in quotes Swahili. Hii ndio mnaita takataka. And the guy was so serious about it. He was speaking to himself, and there were people, of course, passing-by, and there were guys sitting outside the shops, and they could also hear what this guy was saying on to himself. Hii ndio mnaita takataka, ati mtu anaita hii takataka. And he could even mention some words that made me get curious, because he could say that he is not a chokora. Yeah, those are his words. I am not a chokora. I am a common hustler. I am a common hustler, which means that he puts himself amongst us, the hustlers, and he denies to be called a chokora. And I thought about that statement, and I realized that he knows the value of the waste that he is correcting. He knows how much this hustle earns him a living. He knows how much he is able to feed from correcting this waste. He was so keen in selecting and sorting the waste, and you could tell that he can be able to differentiate and identify the items of value and put them aside, and others which are not of any value, he could just leave them there. So I wondered, how much are we unable to identify the things that are of value as a society? How much are we unable to even identify the people that are of value in our lives, and we discard them, we throw them away, we disqualify them from being within our circles? So this was a lesson, and it took me back to something very, very fascinating too. And you can attest to this, that when we were growing up, those of us who have grown up in rural areas, our mothers used to select and sort beans and maize before they cook githeri. And they could throw away the chaff together with the beans that were not worthy being cooked. They could throw them in the kitchen gardens or at the backyard, throwing them away like they are of no value at all. But later in time, when the rain falls, these waste beans could grow, could germinate and grow into very beautiful bean plants. And as time goes, they are able to find leaves which could be used as vegetables for ugari, and also to mix with githeri, the green that is put in githeri, and make the food so delicious. And even later on, you could see the same beans growing and producing very beautiful bean ponds, which means at some point in time they will be harvested into beans that could cook githeri. At first, remember, they were thrown at the backyard as waste, but now they are of very high value because they have germinated. The natural order has taken course, or there is, God's own way of making things regain value. So this thing teaches me a lot, that there's no one in the society who is of no value. Indeed, those who we deem or we mention as of no value, in time or during the opportune and the right time, they can become of very high value, very high value. And we go to them crawling and begging. Just like this guy is correcting waste that we have thrown away, and he knows its value. The same way, God knows our value. Doesn't matter how much we have been thrown away and trampled on, but when God looks at us, when God looks at you, he knows the value that you bear. And in the during the right time, you will become of that value that cannot be hidden. So many people will run to you to seek for help. Others will start begging to be helped and to be associated with you. So don't let yourself feel like you are of less value or of no value. God values you so much. Then another lesson we learn from this man is that the name that people or the society wants to paint on him, he is not ready to take that name. He is not ready to be put in the category of those people who do not have anything at all in their lives. Those people who seem to have no future, he doesn't want to be put in that category. He values himself, and he says he is a hustler like any other. Correcting waste doesn't mean that he is a chocolate. He is not looking for food within the waste. He is looking for wealth within that waste. Listen to me carefully. He is not looking for food in the waste to eat. He is looking for the wealth that is in that waste. So, don't accept the names that people paint on you just because of your circumstance or your situation. Don't allow people to paint a name and accept it just because of what has happened. It's just a season that will come and go. Accept that you are a beautiful and wonderful creation of God who has very high value and whose time to ripen is coming. And when it comes, nothing will stop you from becoming glorious and becoming of a class. Also, within you there is wealth. People may look at you and feel like you are just a wasted fellow, but within you there is wealth. Go for those people who the society deems waste, and you realize how much wealth they carry, how much wealth they can give, how much wealth they can put together. These are very wonderful lessons I have learned today. May God bless you, and may God increase us even when we are deemed waste. Thank you.